So if your pH meter was like mine and only showed up with a really tiny soaking solution, that's what I got. This little guy. Basically enough to do this or fill this thing once. So instead of buying the 3M KCL or the potassium chloride solution, I'm just going to go ahead and make my own. Now before you do this, make sure you wear whatever personal protective equipment that you need. You will need either a pharmaceutical or a food grade potassium chloride, and to mix up 100 milliliters of solution, we're going to need 22.365 grams. Unfortunately, my scale doesn't go that accurate, so for me it's going to be 22.4 grams of this to 100 mLs of water. And I'm just going to use an old little canning jar, give it a good shake inside there, and we'll make up our solution. So ideally this should be done with distilled water, but if you don't have access to that, I'm sure RO water is going to be just fine. Now I will add, this solution does cool a little bit when you do mix the two together. That is part of the reaction. That's totally normal. And I don't know if I would use this brand again. There seems to be some impurities. It shouldn't be cloudy. It should end up mixing totally and being completely clear when it's done. Now you can tell over here, there is definitely some impurities in the brand that I used. But if you just let it sit overnight, and I'll just run this through a coffee filter, all that stuff will be gone and it'll be totally clear. Now looking back, the only thing I would probably change if I were to do this again is buy better quality base ingredient, either a food grade or a pharmaceutical grade, and you're not going to deal with the sediment that's at the bottom. Whatever, this will work. I'll use up the bag and we'll call it good for this time.